Hello, I'm Cat, and this is my brand new Minecraft Experience cape, the current rarest cape that you can get as a member of the public, and I managed to get it without going to the Minecraft Experience event. And looking at this meme, you would think the only way you can do that is by spending $200, but it's not actually true, and today I wanted to correct all of the misinformation surrounding this cape and how you get it, especially the stuff about it being worldwide, while also going into the brand new Bedrock preview, because there is just one feature inside of it. And so what's the deal with that? Why are Minecraft changing their update cycle so much? Well, let's start with this question from Harriet Marie Haynes, because they ask about my Minecraft Experience cape. I said a while back that I bought a ticket for the Dallas, Texas Experience show to see if I could get the cape, and now I have the cape on my Name MC profile, so they're curious if they can do the same. This is something I was so curious about. I was checking my emails on that day just in case, but as it turns out, buying a ticket to the Minecraft Experience event is not enough to get your hands on the cape, because what they have is in person, there is a ticket validator where you have to scan it, and then you get an email, and that email contains a 25-digit code which you can redeem on your Minecraft.net account. Here's me doing it right here. But I'm doing this without going to Dallas, which has a lot of people curious, because there is a big thing going around the internet right now talking about how the Minecraft experience is going to be worldwide. This all spawns from this page on their website where they say that you could stay updated because the first stop is Dallas, but the next stop is ? And then says spawning around the world soon. So if you live anywhere around the world, you should be able to get a Minecraft experience, right? However, I would like to give a word of caution to anyone expecting this, which is to say that they don't even have a next stop name right now, and that this is obviously going to rely on the success of the event so far. Or maybe put simply enough, will the show sell enough tickets that it's financially viable enough to go to other cities? And even when they go to other cities, will they be in other parts of the world nearby you, like you might imagine? Or is it going to be like global band tours where, you know, there's the fun map of like, yeah, probably somewhere in the US, maybe Japan, and if you're really lucky, the big cities in Europe. But outside of that, I wouldn't necessarily hold your breath, and so you have two options: go to Dallas, Texas, or have someone else go to Dallas, Texas and give you their code. Do you have a Texan friend? Then you can take full advantage of that, and I have some Texan friends, but I also know that just like this meme references, the $200 cape code, you could go on eBay right now, and the cheapest auctions I saw were at $83 and $95 respectively. There are a lot of people bidding on these, and given that they only cost $42 to get yourself, I would say that if you're in Texas and want to make a little bit of money, you could probably just buy a bunch of tickets to the event, get a bunch of tickets, get a bunch of capes, and then sell them on eBay, because as a reminder, the Minecraft Experience cape will be even rarer because it's running for 74 days and there are 30 time slots per day with a maximum of 25 tickets being able to be sold. This makes a total number of capes of 55,500. However, keep in mind the actual total number is likely to be even less than this, because that is the total number of tickets that can be sold. Not all of them will be. You can see there is lots of availability over the next few weeks, but also not everyone who goes to the event necessarily cares about the cape or even knows what a cape is or has a Minecraft account, which means that this is going to be one of the rarest capes. And so I guess I just wanted to point out the arbitrage opportunity, because you can literally turn $40 into 80 or 90, but there is a small risk because there's only 55,000 tickets to the current event, but if they sell enough, then they'll likely do more, and so this will go from being the most rare uncommon cape to being the least rare. But at that point, would the value of the capes go down? That's something that is hard to determine, but for now, the only way you can get it is by going or by knowing someone who goes, and that is kind of a bummer. But you know what else is a bummer? The fact that Minecraft Bedrock put out a beta this week, a brand new preview for 1.20, 1.50, and in that, or the winter drop as you might know it, and in that preview they had literally one feature. This isn't a joke, it's well, I'll show you right now in fact. I downloaded a whole new version of Minecraft's beta and preview solely for this one feature. That is to say, if you have a creaking heart and choose to mine it, not with an axe as you still can at regular speed, but instead with your fist, it will now take a substantial amount longer, and it will take a full 15 seconds to do so, basically ensuring that if you spawned in the middle of a pale forest, then it would be much harder to get rid of the creakings this way. In fact, you almost certainly would not consider doing it if you didn't have something else. Although, why would you even consider mining them in the first place? It's a very good question and an answer I don't necessarily have available for you, but what I can say is that, yeah, outside of some very tiny tweaks to bundles while searching in creative, or outside of Adreno fixes for certain mobile devices, that is all that was in this latest Bedrock beta and preview. And indeed, if we take a look at the notes on the iOS app, you can see that last week they accidentally called this Release Candidate 0, RC0 is what they called it, and this week they just say, yeah, it's just some bug fixes, don't ask very much. But I would go ahead and suspect that the lack of features means that this is probably Release Candidate 1 in Java parlance. That means that they are now fairly sure that it's ready to release, but over the next week they'll really test to see if there's anything they absolutely should fix, and then maybe we'll have a version which is finished and polished and ready to go out there, and we'll know that that is true because even next week we won't get a 1.20, 1.50 1.20.1.50 preview and beta, or we will get one and it'll have to fix something, be release candidate 2, but most likely we'll be getting 1.20.1.60 beta and preview starting soon. Wait, did you see that? Oh, it was just oh, that's new, huh? That's really new. Wow. Have you ever seen this before? Am I going crazy for never spotted this? Look how intense that looks. That's definitely not on the changelog, right? Okay, I checked last week's beta and preview as well, and it's not mentioned there anywhere. But look how cool this looks. So that is a new feature that will be appearing in 1.20.1.50 if there is not a brand new preview to fix or change some things between this week and next. And so, yeah, we are now at the point where the update is basically finished. But again, before we can give an official prediction, it's important that we know that it's finished, and then that's when we can say when 1.20.1.50 or the winter drop will officially be coming out, something I'm very excited for. But I'm also excited for this. This is actually surprisingly handy. It's weird looking, but it actually does do a good amount of fun. And I guess I found that accidentally while recording for a Q&A, but most people don't have questions about weird third-person hovering over blocks, but instead have questions about why this update cycle is so odd. I posted a meme recently talking about how one day Minecraft will receive its last update, and the responses I got were really eye-opening. The most optimistic spoke about how Minecraft could be perpetually updated technically, and this is true. It's kind of like the Minecraft experience thing, and like everything else in the world, if there are enough people who enjoy a thing, and indeed especially there is enough profit or just enough passion in the world to keep the thing updated, then it will last forever. But there is also the counter side of this where people like the Vampire said, I'm actually excited for Minecraft to stop having updates. It's old and doesn't need a billion different updates. But the fun thing about this, which I always never understand, is for other games out there, sure, you could argue updating it is making it worse, but Minecraft lets you play any update you want. What difference would it make if they stopped updating in 1.14 versus now we can still go back and play 1.14, and even for Bedrock there is a launcher out there, it's just a bit trickier to use. But this last take from Scott Robinson 3956 was one of the ones that interested me most because they said I don't even keep up with the updates anymore, and ultimately I think this is the big reason that Minecraft is changing their update system, or as some number of pedants will say, the drop system for the game, because they are now changing the parlance of calling them drops instead of updates so they can release more drops in a year, and so they can have more opportunities to talk about what's being added, but also more bite-sized opportunities. Rather than having to learn everything that's in an update the size of like 1.18 or 1.16, you just need to know that the winter drop is coming out and there's a brand new biome, and in that biome there are fun new opportunities. They're very self-contained updates in that way, and I think that makes it very good for a lot of people, because as much as the enthusiasts of Minecraft, let's be honest, the people who are watching this channel right now, myself included, as much as we have this big passion for like, what if they made some groundbreaking change, a lot of people look at something like this video here. It was a stronghold that spawned on the surface. It's a seed I posted years ago, around 2020 if I recall correctly, and now if you try to load up that seed, it will actually not look the same. It'll just be a spruce forest and a spruce village and an oak forest. So many of Minecraft seeds have been lost because they updated and removed it in that way, and so there are all sorts of things you do sort of lose as they make more things better, which is why they're trying to do this like self-contained drop idea. Will it actually be effective in the future? I'm really not sure. This is the biggest drop we've received so far, and it still has lots of people going like, oh, is it really done just yet? Are they not going to add fog? Like, surely that's the one thing everyone wants them to add. When is that coming to the game? And indeed, to your question there, Woody Sloth, the answer is that, well, no, they're not going to add every single feature the community suggests. However, there are a lot of people who say, yeah, this is the clear feature it needs. This is the clear thing it needs over there. And surely, what about this part of the game and that part of the game? I think this is going to be the most focused drop that Minecraft have done in a while, but that means that every single, blemish on it, every single strength of it is going to be something that people hone in on a lot more. And so I don't know the actual reaction yet, but I'm starting to be a little bit skeptical myself. Maybe that's a crazy thing to say, but I also think it's crazy to say that I started a hardcore world, managed to get to the end city in fewer than 10 days, and then while I was doing my second stream in that world that I was hoping to make into a long-term one, I managed to die in this absolutely brutal way. Man, Endermen suck so hard. They do so much damage on hardcore, and even when you've got decent armor on, that's all that you have. And so just a reminder, reminder, you can die at any time, and you might as well make the most of it while you can, which is something which is important to bring up because this is the first time in my YouTube channel's history that I have a more than 3-day stretch of not uploading videos. Between the 9th of November and the 14th of November, we didn't upload anything, partially because that video on the 14th about how to start a Minecraft survival that lasts was such a big one. By the way, to answer your question, just for comments that was made using the new camera commands, it is very hard to get them working, but when you do, they're just so cool for making videos like this. But also, it's something I wanted to mention because a lot of people did reference this time of not uploading, and I want to say thank you to people who care enough when I'm not here. But Super Studio says, Toycat, take a break. Grind culture is unhealthy and should be denormalized. You don't owe us anything, and we appreciate you for what you do at any time. I would like to say that I don't think grind culture exists because we all want to grind, right? It's because we all want the success, the results that come from the grinding, and the reason that people are doing it is not because they have some part of them that's like, I want to be unhealthy. It's probably because they want the results that come at the end. I think there is a slight downside that when you say, yeah, just take a break from things, don't worry about things right now, you're also saying, yeah, just give up on your goals. And is that a valuable lesson in its own right? I think 533 people have voted this because it's the right advice in a moment, but it's not the right advice to do day in and day out, right? And that is the challenge. But as far as what's going on with the YouTube channel, I have taken a bit of a break, partially because I just had so many back-to-back real-life commitments. I think I realized I shouldn't schedule them that way if it ever gets to the point where I can't upload to the channel 3 days in a row. But also, I then took some extra time to really refocus and work out what it is that I want to be doing here, because again, getting super focused on the day in and day out of an individual video can mean that you're forgetting about what your overall goals and important things you like to do are, and there are some really fun ideas that I'd like to work with. Video essays always take multiple days, but they're some of my favorite things to make because they can be some of the most informative deep dives into a topic that exists out there. And similarly, I feel like one of these series that I miss is doing Minecraft challenges. I feel like hardcore is the perfect opportunity to reinvent those, so if you miss Minecraft Without X, that'll be a lot of fun. And also, the guide videos have been so much fun to work on and build up. The latest Ultimate Guide took, again, literally a week to get edited, but it is one that I think is so fun as a way to educate people on the sorts of the parts of the game that are done in that way. And so, yeah, the goal is to do, hopefully, a small revamp of the channel, and hopefully you enjoy what comes from it. And if not, then good news, we'll be doing Streammas this year, streams in almost every day for December, as well as a lot more streams I've just been doing right now because I've gotten really into hardcore Minecraft. I love taking this super dangerous game mode and then mixing it with a very chaotic, dangerous playstyle. It is really fun, and it genuinely is making me feel like I'm improving at Minecraft better than I have for quite some time. I'm learning the Bedrock regen mechanics and all of this stuff, and if you want to come and join me as I do stuff like take down a Willow Mansion as quickly as possible, you can do that on stream over the next few weeks, but tonight I'll be playing Trackmania because I found some Minecraft tracks. My point here is to say that I've been trying to rebuild things on the channel just a little bit in a different organization than before because I want to make sure that things are as fun as possible and indeed as unique as possible, and hopefully you'll enjoy that as it comes to fruition over the next week. For now though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you later, I guess. Goodbye.